Next story I want to get into is Barron Trump. By the way, we walk into the arena, at the Capital One Arena. Okay, we're there. We're at one of the suites upstairs, having a great time. Everyone's there. And all of a sudden, they're leaving the Capitol building and they're coming to the arena. And a family comes out first. And all the kids are sitting in the front row. You got Ivanka, you got Don, you got Eric, you got Laura, and then you got Barron. Rob, do you have the clip of when Barron walks out? Folks, when Barron walked out, it was as if Elvis Presley walked into the building.
No joke.
No.
No joke.
I mean, it's the only applause. I don't even know if I know it's going to sound weird.
Say it. I know what you're going to say.
I think the applause he got matches what his father got.
I was going to say a little bit more.
Yeah, it was such a
crazy.
Rob, can you play this clip? Can you play this clip of Barron when he walked into the Capital One building?
A tall son named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Everyone ever heard of him? He grew 2 inches just staying there.
Look at this. Swagger.
Yeah.
Comfortable in his own skin.
Give me more!
He's enjoying this.
Bro.
Look at that.
Gangster.
No,
Barron is a stud.
And you know what I liked about what Don did? Let me tell you what I liked about what Don did. That's what you know. Barron's got a good older brother. Don. So then the camera starts having a little bit of fun with the kids.
Yeah.
Then they go on Don. And then they go to, and so it's like, well, you know, let's see. And then Eric gets up. So they're having fun now, right?
Yeah.
But then when they go on Don, and Don is like,
he's listening for the applause.
Yeah, he's listening to the applause. And he gave the smile. The smile of he's so happy for his younger brother.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You felt no, like
jealousy, animosity.
It was such a great moment with the older brother, the oldest brother. I just loved seeing that moment that the older brother is celebrating his youngest brother's moment of getting the kind of love that he's getting. And it was just great to see. But listen, Barron is a superstar.
100%.
I don't know what's going to happen with this. Last night we're at the Starlight Party, and a bunch of his friends are coming up to me. Hey, man, I've known the family for years. We've been neighbors with them. And this guy also, he's like 6'6".
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? All of his friends are tall. Well, not all of his friends are tall, but this guy was definitely tall. And he comes up to me, and then Bo comes up. We're talking all this stuff with where Barron's at. And he's got something. It's going to be interesting. And I'll never forget what he said. I said, Barron, has 60 Minutes anybody approach you about doing something, interview, all this other stuff? He says, Pat, I got to do something first. I have to do something in my life first.
Wow.
He says, I have to go first win. He says, until I win and I have something to talk about, I probably won't be doing anything. Now, they're probably going to try to force him to do something. I don't know what's going to happen with an interview, whether it happens in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. He graduates from school. But a lot of good signs of what he's going to do. He's also going to stumble.
Of course.
He's also going to have some girl, attraction, all this other stuff. But he's definitely a superstar.
Yeah. Is the mics are cutting out.
No, I'm good. I can hear you.
Okay. And what you're mentioning, Pat, was, guys, because the public didn't see it, but before Trump came out, before everybody, the J.D. Vances and everybody showed up, the family got sat down first. The kids, what's Don Jr.'s?
The second row was all the grandkids and Kai.
And Kai was there. And guys, so the camera hit Laura Trump. Huge applause. Just the cameraman was playing games. Every single time it hit Barron, it was like people were standing and applauding, and he knows it. Like, he's coming into his own. He gets it. And the future of that family, if it's going to be politics or whatever, I mean, it already looks extremely bright. It looks really bright because there's something in his eyes, he's going to carry that name and he's going to carry it well. And you nailed it. He's going to stumble, but we all do.
Tom.
Well, I think, there are good things about being the youngest son, and there are bad things about being the youngest son. The bad things about being the youngest or the youngest child, sometimes you feel left out. Sometimes you feel like, oh, wow, I don't get to do this. I got to stay home. Everybody else is out there. So sometimes you feel that way. The other way, the other thing that is there is you learn from all of your older brothers and sisters. And I feel like Barron carries himself with a lot of class, a lot of dignity. We've had an opportunity to chat briefly at all of us, at Mar-a-Lago. And he comes across as the most down-to-earth, but the most, wise and informed, because he lives in a tough environment. Mm-hmm. There is an environment out there that would love to see him trip on the sidewalk and say, oh, what a bad example of for his dad. Oh, his dad, he knows that the world's out there waiting to do that, that it's an evil press corps that just waits. But he just seems very straight up, very down to earth. Remember, he talked a little about college. Where am I going to college? What am I doing? He talks about the adventures that he's just had as a guy growing up with a good buddy, Bo. And I just got so much respect for that. And I feel like you're seeing here the younger son, under the great mentorship of his older brothers and sisters, absorbing it and not trying to be like the rebellious little brother, and just being just a great kid. And
Adam,
hats off to him.
Look, I haven't spent any time with him at all, so I can't really tell you anything about Barron, but I've heard very good things. Here are a couple of facts. Loudest applause yesterday in the arena was Barron Trump. Louder than Trump himself.
I think
yes
so.
or no?
Yeah.
He is the only one whose mother has been the first lady and is the first lady. So don't forget that is very special. He's the only Trump kid who actually lived in the White House. I think when he came to the White House, he was 10, 12 years old. Now he's 18, 19 years old. I think he goes to NYU, right? One of the more liberal universities to ever exist in the history of the world.
He may go to Georgetown.
Okay, so he may switch now that they're in office.
Yeah.
So, we've spent a lot of time with his good buddy, Bo Loudon. I actually hung up with Bo's parents at the Charlie Kirk event, the Turning Point USA event. But here's my caveat. We've seen Bo, they're going to pick on his height a little bit. Listen, I'd rather be 6'8" than 4'8", I'll tell you that much. But I don't know if I've ever heard Barron speak. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
What does he stand for? I'm not saying you guys, I'm saying the audience. Has he ever spoke publicly? Does he speak well? Is he charming? Is he funny? Is he smart? I don't know. I generally am curious. So I'm awaiting the time when Barron gets on the stage and says, here's what I think.
Yeah.
Here's what I stand for. So that time's coming.
All right. This is going to be a very, very unique era we're going through, and we're going to learn a lot the next 4 years. And like I said, in 2025, the year of surprises, the surprises are just getting warmed up. So if you think you're very good at predictions, don't forget, go to vtnews.ai, make your predictions. There's 100 days we're going to go through. I think we're barely on day 19 of different predictions being made. Obviously, it's day 2 today, but there's been 19 predictions so far. Go claim your predictions. The next 100 days, we're going to go through this on a weekly basis on a podcast. We're excited to see which one of you guys is going to be very good at making predictions. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.